She's got the Bible there. She's reading scripture. Here we go.
Hey guys, so today we're going to be reading Jeremiah 17:1.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
I've seen it all. I seen a girl here on TikTok who be reading the Bible, but every time she reads the Bible, it's just thirst traps.
Listen, we're talking about thirst trapping Christians. You are not going to believe what you're about to see, but maybe you will. Maybe you will.
And it's kind of nuts because you're probably wondering, how is she reading the Bible and it's a thirst trap? Okay, every one of her videos when she's reading the Bible, her boobs are the forefront of the video. Every clip is her boobs. It's either you see the cleavage or she'll have a tight t-shirt on and she'll have them like resting. I don't know how to explain it, but she'll have her boobs like resting in front of her on purpose, and the Bible's like right in front of it. And I'm just like, I don't know, when Jesus said catchers of men, I don't know if this is what he meant.
All right, guys. So what I'm about to show you is kind of crazy. If you grew up in the church, you know that when you hear someone complain about women not being modest in their dress, you know that it could either be a really extreme person who's just being too extreme. And if you've been in the church, you know, like the truly extreme people are like, not even makeup. Makeup is unacceptable. I'm like, I think we're going too far there. And then you have the people who actually, they have a point. They are women who just choose to ignore the fact that they're called to be more modest. And as a man, you are called to a higher standard as a Christian man who identifies as being Christian. You're called to a certain standard to implement sexual discipline, to try your best to implement sexual discipline. Notice how I said try your best, right? Because you cannot do this without the help of God, and we're all human beings here. But when you're in the church and you see a woman who just does not care, you know what that looks like. You know when there's a bit too much. So when I saw this video that I'm about to show you guys right now, I said, oh, this is crazy. Check this out. Right? Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I'll let you guys decide. Here it is. Doesn't look that bad right now, but watch this. I'm going to play it real quick. She's got the Bible there. She's reading scripture. Here we go.
Hey guys, so today we're going to be reading Jeremiah 17:1. And, well, my dad wanted me to tell you guys that that's my brother's name. But anyways, so since we have baby Christians on here, and even if we don't, that's okay.
Now, listen, I know that she played that off like it was an accident, but it wasn't. It wasn't. And if you're not some aloof Christian guy, then you caught that wasn't an accident either. That was a hook. That was a sexual hook to get the guys hooked and keep watching. She acted like, almost showed my cleavage there. Like, oops. And then she talks about, oh yeah, my dad wanted me to tell you guys, your dad does not exist. You made this whole thing up. This is crazy. I don't even think that this is about the Bible. This chick is just using the Bible to build her following and monetize off it. And unfortunately, it's working.
But a lot of people don't read the Bible because they don't know where to start. And for me, I wouldn't necessarily start from the beginning to end. I mean, you can for sure, but I feel like down the line you could do that. I would split it up into each book because each book has a whole different story and background knowledge on.
I'm almost wondering, is this video going to get a flag? Because look, cleavage is perfectly just angled next to the Bible right there, right? Insane. And Christians, a lot of Christian dudes who I know these dudes, and I'm not talking about the guys who are subscribed to my channel, because as someone who identifies as Christian as well, you know the guys I'm talking about, right? They stumble on content like I produce here on the Coffee Pod and go, bro, that's not very nice. That's not how women are. They don't understand that I'm talking about the women who don't value modesty, femininity, the things that men who may be interested in a relationship, a long-term relationship and or marriage, a traditional relationship with a woman values. Most women are not that. A lot of Christian men out here are highly manipulated. They usually are depleted of their masculinity, and they're easily duped. I can imagine they're over here like, oh, that was an accident. Well, let's keep our eyes focused on the word.
certain things, and obviously it's split into the Old and New Testament, but that's besides the point. My point I was trying to make here is, I usually just start by,
Like, why do you have to keep fixing? And you might be thinking, okay, Chisha, well, let's check out our other videos. Okay, here's the next one, next video, right? We haven't even looked at the comments yet, but we're gonna check out the next videos and then the comments. Look at this. Look at this, bro.
mix it up, day 4, and today we're gonna be
Like, this is borderline sacrilegious, with the cross. Come on, bro.
focusing on youth and what that means and what you might have felt in your youth. And in my opinion, in some aspects, when we are young and when we were young, we felt the most of our true emotions. When we were upset, we would cry. When we were happy, you would see that on our faces.
Mind you, these aren't 30-minute, 30-second, 30-second. These aren't 30-second videos. Because, the thirst trap videos are usually very quick. 30-second thirst trap videos, we see them everywhere. This is a 10-minute long video. I mean, she's really trying to make sure she monetizes off this. Check out this next video. Same thing.
We're back in, get used to this setting though, for sure. Anyways, so today on our part 2 of Mix It Up, we're gonna be focusing on a shift of mind change, or a shift of mindset, obviously.
Crazy. I mean, straight blasphemy here. Check
Hey
this.
guys, so today we are going to run this little series.
Over here playing with God, right? Okay, so let's read a few of these comments. Now we're gonna just read the comments on this one right here. So people are talking about her and she's getting more recognition because people are calling her out, right? Top comment here says, so we all came over from Corey's video, huh? And somebody else who says Jezebel spirit. Here's somebody else who says, who came from that guy's video? Somebody else here added, come on now. A guy here says, nah, fam was right. Here's another person who says, he was right. Another person here added, what does the Bible say about modesty? And here's somebody else who added, dude was right. Another person who says, are you who they're talking about? Of course she's who they're talking about. Here's the good news about this. Caffeinated men know that the modern woman is godless, lawless, and she will stoop to unreal levels to gain attention. She strives on that attention. And when you understand that and you realize the nature of most modern women, especially modern women who are well aware of the fact that they're just men out here who can't control their sexual appetite, and they can capitalize on them. The caffeinated man takes joy in making sure that he does not give his strength to a woman, that he does not give his power to a woman. It is a sign of self-respect, strength, self-mastery for you to avoid giving your strength and power to a woman's sexuality, whether that's in a form of a toxic woman who thinks that she can use sex to manipulate you and control you. A lot of women get away with this because there are a lot of men who are weak in that department. It's not easy. It's hard. It's hard, right? Or maybe it's through adult content. That manipulates a lot of men today. Again, the caffeinated man takes joy in making sure that the modern woman who wants to subdue him through her sexuality does not receive an ounce of his attention for her own benefit and pleasure. I'm talking about in all aspects, whether you're at the gym and a woman's trying to get your attention there. The caffeinated man, he understands, he sees, he's like, I see what you're trying to do. He purposefully will not look at a woman who thrives on attention. And that's most of these chicks out here. So hopefully we had a man who decided to drink coffee based on this video. Moving on.